Hello and welcome back to our channel. After a week of constant rain, it is finally sunny again.
So we are in super good moods. We are ready to explore this beautiful city of Hue and we would love to take you with us. Let's go. After our last video in Hoi An, we were just feeling a bit down. It was very rainy. We were not really enjoying ourselves because of that. So we are really happy to be in Hue with the sun out and shining. We took around a 3-hour bus journey to get here. It was pretty easy, pretty cheap, and it's our first full day. So let's explore the main sites of Hue. We started our day the Vietnamese way with a coffee and we are walking around February 3 Park, which is a very interesting name. We'd love to know why it's called that. It's a small little area of green, lots of very cool statues right next to the river, a nice relaxed side, and then next to us we have the busy side of the road, but just a nice quick walk this morning.
To get to our first destination, we are walking over the Trong Tien, I believe you pronounce it, I'm not really sure, bridge. And I think it's one of the safer bridges to cross because it actually has a path for people to walk on.
Helps us cross over the river Perfume, which is both sides of us, and it was called this because upstream all the petals fell in, which would give it this really lovely floral smell. So it's a really beautiful river. There's lots of parks, lots of green areas next to it. Just come and get this peaceful view compared to this busy view next to us. I mean, it is just absolutely beautiful. The sun is out. We cannot get over it. Vietnam, we have been here so many times and never had rain like we have had before. We were very unlucky with our timing. So just to have the sun, the beautiful water, we are over the moon. 2, 1, go! The busyness of these streets, I do not fancy riding a bike on these streets in Hue.
So we're still walking now. We're about 10 minutes away from our next destination, which is the imperial city of Hue. Behind me you can see the massive flag tower, and a second ago when it was windy it looked very cool the way the flag was flying.
We have just stopped for a minute to chill out in the shade. Honestly, one moment we're moaning about the rain, the next we're too hot. That is just us. We are British, what can we say? We are in the shade though of this really cool, I believe it's just a pagoda. We're trying to look on Google. There's not much information about it, even when we translate the Vietnamese writing. Can't really tell what it is, but it's beautiful nonetheless and giving us some really good shade before we cross the main bridge and go into the imperial city.
Now it is time to go and cross the moat. So we're just taking a minute to look at the size of this massive moat here that feeds off of the river Perfume, and it surrounds the entire imperial palace.
Now we're going to try to carefully go over this small little bridge supposed to be a walkway, but bikes and cars are crossing anyway, so we've got to quickly get over this short bridge.
Now, if I was an attacker, I would have just made it through the first line of the defense, but luckily today it is present time and there is no war going on and it's just a beautiful courtyard. Once you go over the moat, you are inside the citadel, but you are still not inside of the imperial city. So we have just bought our tickets to get inside of the imperial city. They were 200,000 Vietnamese dong each, and you just buy the ticket from right next to the entrance.
So if you don't want to pay to go in and see more, I think this is enough to experience, but we are keen history fans. We really want to see inside. We've heard it's really beautiful and I'm excited. We want to make a whole day of this, not just walk around, so in we go. Okay, let's go through the entrance to the Imperial City.
As soon as you walk inside of the Imperial City, unfortunately you can see lots of restoration happening behind me. Unfortunately this specific part will not be finished until 2025.
That's okay though, there's plenty more for us to see.
So unfortunately, as we said earlier, there's lots and lots of restoration happening here. There have been lots of wars throughout history, such as in the late 60s during the Vietnam War. The Battle of Hue happened in this city, and during the Battle of Hue, it was the North Vietnamese and the Viet Cong coordinated attack on the US and the South Vietnamese troops here in Hue. And unfortunately, a lot of the Imperial City was destroyed during that battle.
So we are very grateful to be walking around, seeing what is left over. There is still a lot to see. So it's great to see, but always bear in mind the history of these places. Make sure that you are well informed and open to what you are going to learn. So if you are ready for some very quickly googled ill-informed facts, get ready for Jamie and Aiden's famous quickfire facts round. Ready for the first fact, go!
So Hue is the former imperial capital of Vietnam during the Nguyen dynasty, which was the last dynasty before they overthrew the French rule.
Fact number 2, this citadel was constructed in 1803.
And it became a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1993.
Very good. And you know we love our UNESCO World Heritage sites. We've been to so many now, just by chance really. We never really plan to go and see them, but they always are lovely and preserved, so really nice places to visit. You should try and include some if you are ever going to be here in Vietnam, because it's full of them.
And the emperor at the time ordered construction of the palace based on Beijing's Forbidden City. So basically it's just a smaller version of that.
We have no more quick facts for you, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Now we have walked just around the side and we're at the Co Ha Royal Garden. It's a really beautiful little garden complex inside, just very peaceful. There's a lot of tours, a lot of people and visitors walking around, as they should be, but this little part of the citadel is very quiet and nice. This is a really nice place to just sit down, have a quick rest and take in the nice serenity.
So one of my favourite things about being in Asia is just the fact that there are so many bonsai trees everywhere, and I don't know why, I just think bonsai trees are very cool. I have no idea why, I just think they're so cool. They're literally a miniature tree.
this area here, just with the fields next to us. I think it is the pavilion area. There are lots of pictures explaining the history of this place, explaining what life was like hundreds of years ago here, and it's really hard to imagine these pictures kind of being real when we're just walking around here as tourists, but it's really cool to see and try to imagine what these pictures are showing actually happening here in front of us.
I think this is the main pavilion. We don't really know, but we're going to go and have a look.
We have just finished where we started, so the pavilion, you can come actually up and look at this amazing view. That's why you can see everyone taking pictures. Look at the amazing view of the courtyard. I think that is everything that we want to see in this imperial city. We've been walking around for a while now. You can, if you want to, pay, I believe it's 50k for an audio tour, so you can learn way more about this, way more than we've even seen. And if you like to learn more about the history, then that's definitely something you should do. Overall, we've really enjoyed it here. What a lovely place to learn a bit more about Vietnamese history and really enjoy the sun. That's our main takeaway from today. We are so happy it's sunny again. So what's next, Aidan?
Lunch.
Of all the time that we've spent in Vietnam, which has been on and off quite a few months, I've never had the fresh spring rolls. I've always gone for the fried ones, but today it's so hot. I just wanted something like fresh, so having these, amazing. I thought maybe I wouldn't like them with the very spicy chili, but they're really nice, really fresh. I just got vegetables because I'm not the biggest kind of fish or meat eater. Really delicious, so highly recommend. Aidan has gone for a very traditional chicken banh mi with fries, of course. To finish off that nice lunch that we just had, which was very, very cheap, we spent all of our money on some baked goods, nice fresh croissants. We actually saw them yesterday that they were baking them, so we know that they're really fresh, nice ones. Excited to tuck into these.
So that's everything for today's video, so we're going to end it off here.
Thank you very much for watching. As always, remember to like and subscribe. If you want to leave us a comment, we love reading them and chatting to you, and we will see you soon. Bye.